Hello, darlings. This is me introducing you to this lesson that I've got up here on the Desmos platform. So I wanted to go over a couple of things that are going to be different about doing this assignment, and also go over some math that you might be a little rusty on. Okay, so when you open up the assignment, it's going to bring you to this first Desmos screen. And you see how it says up here that it's one of 13. So in order to do this assignment, you have to do these 13 screens. And any place in the assignment where it has, a place for you to type something or a place for you to graph something, when you do it, it'll be saved and it comes back to me in Google Classroom and I can grade it. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so the idea of this assignment is, rather than me tell you what inverse functions are and what their properties are and how they work, this assignment is meant for you to discover and figure out on your own some of these things, right? Okay. But in order to do that, you have to recall how compositions of functions work. So when I taught you, when you had a lesson, I think it was lesson 5, on composition of functions. And I pretty much only showed you this, notation, that's the word I'm looking for, f of g of x, right? But some people write it with this little circle too. So this, when you see f circle g of x, it means f of g of x. So these two mean the same thing. But, if you want to be like me, I always just look at this one and remember that I'm working from the inside out. So here they're asking you to write this the other way. So they, instead of writing f of g of x, they want you to write g of f of x. But you're going to use, parentheses, not English words. Okay, so when you're done, so let's say you type, something in there. Notice this blue line, this blue button that says share with class shows up. You do not have to click this. If you only want me to read what you wrote, don't click this. But what's cool is if you click this, and some of your classmates have already done the assignment, once you click this, what they wrote will come up on your screen. So it's kind of like having a discussion with your class, like seeing what their answers were too. So it's kind of cool, but you don't have to do that. If you just click next, I'll see it. Okay. So now this next screen, I got to move this next screen. It asks you to do both compositions of these two functions. So they give you two functions, f of x equals 2x plus 1 and g of x equals 1/2 x minus 1/2. And what they want you to do is do both compositions, do f of g of x and do g of f of x. So before you can do that, you have to figure out what those functions are, right? So for that, I think you should go to a piece of paper. Now, since I'm online, I can't really do paper, but I'll do I'll do this on this, this workspace I have here. So let's see, f of x, oops, my tablet is not on. Okay, so f of x equals 2x plus 1, and g of x is equal to 1/2 x minus 1/2, right? Minus 1/2. Okay, so you're asked to do f of g of x and g of f of x. So I'll do f of g of x for you, and then you can do the other one, okay? So f of g of x, in math, always remember you go from the inside out, right? So you're going to do g of x first. When you've got parentheses nested in parentheses, no matter what the situation, inside out. Okay, so f, open parentheses. Now instead of putting g of x, I'm going to put what g of x is, which is 1/2 x minus 1/2. So 1/2 x minus 1/2. Okay, now I'm supposed to take f of that. Well, f of 1/2 x minus 1/2, maybe I should write that again, f of minus 1/2 x minus 1/2 is equal to, now I'm going to plug this into this equation, the other equation, the 2f of x equation. So it's going to be 2 times, and you got to use parentheses here because we're going to have to distribute, right? Because it's 2 times everything that's that function f is going toward. And now I still have to write the rest of this, so it's plus 1, right? So now, just to finish this, I'm going to distribute the 2. 2 times 1/2 is 1. 1 times x is x. And then 2 times minus 1/2 is minus 1. And then plus 1, bring down the plus 1, right? Once you distribute, the parentheses go away. So x minus 1 plus 1 is equal to x. So f of g of x is equal to x. Okay, so now we're going to go back to Desmos, and we're going to put in a new function that's, we can name it anything. Let's call it e for Ellen. E of x, and I'm just typing here. I just clicked and typed, right, is equal to x. So there is my formula, and why isn't it graphing? I don't know. Okay, the end. Oops, I guess you can't use E. E is a special number. It's in math, so you probably need to stay away from E and I. If I just change that to H, there we go. Okay, so this is the graph of f of g of x. So now you should do the same thing on paper. You should do the same work that I did, except do it in the opposite direction. Do g of f of x, and then when you get that equation, you're going to go back here and put that on line 5, okay? And then when you're all done with that, you click next, and then you just keep going, and it's very similar. Okay, I hope this helped. Call or write if you have questions. Love you guys. Bye!